We're here today with something a little bit different. We're bringing out an old classic game for a bit of a fun twist. Because today, we're going to find out if you can beat Fallout New Vegas, one hit kill only. To make absolutely certain we're on the same page, let's talk rules while I wake up from brain damage basically equivalent to looking at your Twitter timeline for more than 3 minutes. What is a one-hit kill? For our purposes, it's a single press of the attack button. This would have mattered more if I had ever bothered to use something that fired multiple times. But I really didn't. So, yeah. One bullet or bullet-like item, because I do use a fair number of grenades in this run. As long as that takes out the enemy in a single hit, we're all good. If not, I've got to go reload the last save. But I'd never need to worry about something like that. Right? Right? So, brief rundown on the story here, just in case you've somehow never heard of what might be considered the best Fallout game to date. Or just a courier, a guy who carries packages. We were off on a job, carrying a package, when we got jumped by Benny and the Jets here, who shot us in the head. Doc Mitch here is patching us up, and he's doing some tests quick before he lets us loose to go plot our revenge killing. And there are a few important aspects to our endgame build that need to be set up right away here at the start. Number one is our special stats. For those among you who are new to this series, the stats are Strength, Perception, Endurance, Charisma, Agility, and Luck. And each one determines something. I never really bothered to figure out what that was, actually. But we are going to take a 4 in Strength, 6 in Perception, 4 in Endurance, 1 in Charisma, and then 10s in both Agility and Luck. After that, we've got to take a few psychological tests with the doc over here, aiming for 3 stats to be our big ones. Guns, Stealth, and Energy Weapons. Energy Weapons ended up being basically useless, so probably should have aimed for Explosives. But you know, you live and learn. And all that's left is the 2 big traits. There are 2 important ones here, which we take. Built to Destroy, which gives a 3% chance to critical hits, and Trigger Discipline for a 20% accuracy boost. And after we leave the house, after taking anything that wasn't nailed down, we've got a few goals that I'm going to start working towards right off the bat. First up, we need a minimum of 2,000 caps to be able to enter the New Vegas Strip. This will be pretty easy, as you'll see later. And then next, we're basically racing to level 10. Because our main build kind of relies on this level 10, where we'll get a specific perk. This is going to take a little while, so we'll work towards it slowly while we knock off some of the other items on the list. And I'll talk about other goals as we come closer to them. Other than that, much of the early game is refining tech. Figuring out what works, how best to approach different scenarios, and just kind of continually working towards that level 10 goal. Most of this is completing quests, discovering locations, working on that main quest of looking for Benny and the Platinum Chip. So we're just going to jump ahead a bit through a bit of a time lapse. I'll see you on the other side. Welcome, friends, to the town of Novak. We're here picking up one of the main parts of our build, and to do that, ignore the body. I just gotta go upstairs and talk to a good friend of mine, a good pal, good buddy Boone, who's going to gladly gift me this hat for some assistance with a problem of his. We're not talking about that anymore. On top of that, we've recently acquired a unique little weapon that will serve us pretty much basically until the last real segment of the game. This is the unique weapon Rat Slayer, which has a fun little perk that is not mentioned in its game description. More on that soon. We continue on, after Novak here, taking a bit of a roundabout pathway to New Vegas, making some quick stops at a few locations, before we finally head into Freeside. Freeside is the location where we will finally knock off one of our main goals, that being the 2,000 cap requirement for entering New Vegas. You see, this is where the 10 luck part of our build starts to pull its weight a little bit more than anything else really does. You see, New Vegas is unique in most games for the addition of one small mechanic: the gambling system. With 10 luck, it's basically impossible to lose blackjack, especially when you're good at blackjack in real life. And it takes me less than 3 minutes to make about 2,000 caps, meaning with the sale of some spare equipment and some quest rewards that I've got, we're easily sitting at over 5,000 caps, which is child's play compared to what you can get. But it does allow me to quickly knock off a secret little goal of mine, which you'll see later, and then we're off into the New Vegas Strip, heading to meet the big man himself, Mr. House. Mr. House wants what we want. Kinda. Mostly. He wants the platinum chip, and I want to beat the shit out of Benny, who has the platinum chip. Kind of a combination here. But to facilitate this beating the shit out of Benny, I'm going to need a higher speech skill. So we're going to take off for a bit and be back. I do quickly stop at Gamora to take care of any money worries we would have for the next, 6 hours, by playing a bit of blackjack and winning a lot of blackjack until they ban me from playing blackjack at their casino. When we finally reach our goal of level 10, I put points in the wrong stats, then grab the trait I've been waiting for: Finesse, which gives a boost to critical hit chance equivalent to 5 extra points of luck. Which means it's time to finally explain what the main build here really is. With our base 10 luck stat, which gives us a 10% chance at critical hits, plus the Built to Destroy and Finesse perks, which give us both an additional 3% and 5% respectively, plus a 5% chance from our first Recon Beret, our chance to land a critical hit is 23%. Along with that, we'll go back to our unique Varmint Rifle Rat Slayer, which does have a slightly higher base damage than usual ones. This Varmint Rifle variant, found in Brockflower Cave, has an unlisted critical hit chance multiplier, which makes the gun 5 times more likely to land a critical hit, with our 23% base chance to hit a critical hit multiplied by 5 times with Rat Slayer's hit multiplier. We have a chance to land a critical hit 115% of the time, which leads to situations such as this. After a few more levels, we're ready to continue on with the main quest. We need to return to the Tops Casino, and then I do some smooth talking to convert Benny's right-hand man, and quickly discover that Benny's duplicity extends farther than we thought. I confront the man himself.
What in the goddamn?
Realize I've been tricked, and then I am subsequently offered a solution by my least favorite man in the entire game, Kaisar. I do some favors for him, which is an upsetting turn of events, because I would like to whack him with something, but I'm able to convince the brain damage fool that I've done what he wanted, while in reality, I've installed the upgrades that Mr. House was going to send me to install anyway. Mr. House shows me the results of my work before sending me off on another errand, one which takes me to meet the boomers. I do quickly take a small detour to the energy planet Helios 1 to set up my secret strategy for later, before I finally head off to Nellis Air Force Base, meeting with Mother Pearl. She tells me I need to talk to all of the elders of the boomers, which is going to take a while, and help them with some tasks, which takes a while, like several levels worth of a while. But it's worth it because eventually I raise a bomber from the bottom of Lake Mead, and the boomers basically worship me as their god. After that, we return to Mr. House to tell him the good news, before he hits me with another, go do this quest. He asked me to deal with the Omertas who run Gomorrah Casino, which I have been kicked out of, so I have more inspiration to go, off their bosses. The good news is they were plotting to do something. I'm just now realizing I never actually bothered to figure out what they were planning. But they are dead, so there's that. I return to Mr. House, who forces me to go take care of the Brotherhood of Steel. This is a mission that I'm always a little about, I've always felt there could be a diplomatic solution to this. Mr. House disagrees for some reason. But what the boss wants, the boss gets. So, first step is to infiltrate the Brotherhood, which goes fairly easily because they just tell me to go tell a guy to fuck off. And then I commit a little crime and yoink the self-destruct codes from each of the relevant figures and set the bunker to boom boom mode. After that, we've got a nice little change from the usual pace. So we go defend President Kimball from getting kaboomed by the Legion lackeys. This is a neat one because there's a nice bit of investigation, which is a change from the usual, shoot everything. Which does still happen, I have to admit. But we go through this one right quick. After this is a little jaunt to a power substation controlled by the NCR. A quick moment of unspecified violence later, and I can reroute the power wherever I want. Or, I guess, wherever Mr. House wants. He's in charge. So, I return to the man himself, dumping most of my supplies in living quarters, because I know things are about to get real. Mr. House sends me to Hoover Dam to interfere in the fight between the Legion and the NCR, who for the first time in several years are coming to blows over the dam's strategic importance, and fighting at last. Mr. House, of course, doesn't want me to support either side in this, but rather take the dam for New Vegas. Being a good employee, I do what he asks. I run across the top of the dam, and I zip inside with ease, installing this override chip with no difficulty, and picking up the surrender orders for the NCR. I then head into the Legate's camp, where the real challenges start. You see, I have been prepping for this exact encounter for the entire run. And when I get to the camp here, I was finally ready to reveal my secret weapon. Except for the fact that I had just used my secret weapon to get into the NCR power substation, so it had not recharged yet, and I kind of just had to sit here and wait. And wait. And wait. After about 40 real-world minutes, it happened. My secret weapon was ready. So finally, I can reveal my true strategy. My friends, this gun is called the Elucid Sea Finder. For a mere 1,000 caps given to a small orphan boy in Freeside, I now can call down the power of the sun through the satellite weapon Archimedes II. And it is through this exact weapon that the Legion shall see its... shit. Oh, fuck, it didn't work. Oh, well. Crap. I'd been banking on that. Let's try some other stuff. Nope, that didn't work either. Maybe I just missed it a bit. Nope. Alright, we're trying this again. Run through it all. Okay, yep. Grab one of these. Go back to where we were. Sneak up here. Let's try that one more time. And fuck. Well, okay, try that one again. And it's done. Success. Finally, the legate falls. I loot his hat for myself because I've always been a big fan of taking trophies from, clowning on losers who did not foil me for an extra 4 hours than I was expecting. No. It's time to inform the NCR of the real situation around here now. Yep, and I'm dead. God damn it. It seems I am not meant to use the absolute power of the sun. I am unworthy to wield it. One last try, though. We talk with the General Oliver. He gets a little snippy with me because, I don't know. He does. Not my problem. And Oliver is dead. Long live New Vegas. And that, folks, is Fallout New Vegas. Beat only with one-hit kills. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, subscribe, and stick around the channel. We've got new challenge runs coming out Fridays at 4:30 Central Standard Time every week. And the occasional little bonus upload. If you enjoyed this, keep your eyes out. I'm going to expand into some more games as time goes on here. I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2. And this is my first foray into other games. So, stick around. And until I see you next time, have a good one.